Seeing that her father's attitude had eased, Claire felt a little more comfortable, and said hurriedly, "Dad, why don't we wait? Let's split up, I'll call the police, and you can find the mahjong hall mother often goes to." Jacob said, "Okay, I'll find it." Charlie said, "Wife, let me go to the police with you." Claire hurriedly said, "This simple, one person is enough. You should go everywhere with Dad." "Okay." Charlie nodded, but he was a little worried about Claire, so he said to Elsa, "Elsa, you can stay with Claire." Elsa hurriedly said, "No problem, I will be with Claire." After a few bites of food hastily, the four of them were divided into two vehicles and left Thompson. Claire drove Elsa to the police station, and Charlie drove Jacob to the mahjong hall. However, before getting on, Charlie sent Isaac a special WeChat message with the content, "My wife is going to call the police. You should say hello to the police station. Don't disclose any news about my mother-in-law." Isaac quickly replied, "Young master, don't worry, I have already called him. Young lady will never find any information about her." "That's good." Charlie relaxed a lot. Driving the car, Jacob drove out. As soon as he left the house, Charlie asked Jacob, "Dad, where shall we find her?" Jacob sighed, "I don't know where she likes to play mahjong. Just drive around and see if there is a mahjong hall. If you see it, go in and look for it." Charlie smiled secretly in his heart. It seemed that Jacob was also dealing with errands and acted to show Claire. They searched for a few mahjong halls, but didn't find Elaine's shadow. Jacob was not in a hurry. Anyway, his main idea was to come out and behave. By the way, he would feel more at ease. As for Elaine's specific comfort and whereabouts, he didn't care too much. After searching for a while and not finding anyone, Jacob said, "Charlie, should we go back, or find a place to eat some skewers? I was always nervous at first for dinner, which made me not full." Charlie smiled and said, "Okay, Dad, I know a roadside barbecue stall, which tastes very good." Jacob patted his thigh. "Let's go, let's try the roasted waist. By the way, let me drink 2 more bottles of beer." Charlie said hurriedly, "I'm driving, Dad, I can't drink." Jacob waved his hand, "Hey, I'll just call you a rider. It's not easy for father and I want to have a drink. Your mother usually cares not, chatting and chatting in my ears all day long, and I'm so annoyed. Now she happens to be away, shouldn't your father and you have a drink?" Charlie shrugged and said with a smile, "Since you have said so, drink it." With that said, he drove the car to the side of the barbecue stall. The two ordered a lot of skewers and a few bottles of beer, and happily sat on the side of the road and skewered them. Elaine was missing, and Charlie was naturally very happy as master and initiator behind the scenes. And because Jacob was tortured by Elaine for too long, he suddenly felt a lot relaxed, and he was naturally very happy. As soon as the two of them sat down and were about to start eating, Claire called Charlie. He hurriedly winked at Jacob, then put on the phone and asked concerned, "Hey Claire, have you called the police?" Claire said in a frustrated voice, "I have called the police, but the police says that Mom is an adult, and the missing time is less than 10 hours. There is no way to send police to help find them immediately, but they are already there. The missing person is reported in the system, and if someone finds her, it will notify me." Charlie said, "That's good. In fact, what the police said is right. They have only been missing for a few hours. How can they send a large number of police to search? The people's police have more and more important things waiting for them." "Hey," Claire said, "I just don't feel very good. I always feel that things are a bit strange in my instinct. I'm really afraid that something will happen to Mom. Her temperament, just in case if she has a conflict with people outside, she will easily suffer a big loss." Charlie said, "She is indeed hyper." Claire really knew Elaine's temperament. Thinking of this, he couldn't help sighing inwardly. Ever since he married Claire and entered the family of Wilson clan, he has been healed over the past 3 years that Claire is an extremely rare good girl. It is not just how beautiful and attractive she is on the outside, but more importantly, the kindness of her nature is really amazing. Especially in this kind of family environment, the entire Wilson family, from Elaine to the Lady Wilson, to No's family, did not have a good nature at all. Jacob is barely good, but he is also cowardly and timid. In such a family, Claire was able to possess gold-like qualities, which Charlie had always appreciated very much. He also began to ponder about Elaine. If Elaine was kept for a lifetime, then there was no doubt that Claire would not be able to let go. In other words, for the sake of his wife, sooner or later, he had to release his brain-dead mother-in-law. It's not impossible to let her out, but the key is to let her suffer enough first. Moreover, he still has hidden dangers that have not been resolved. For example, when Elaine comes out, she will definitely ask him the first time, asking him why she has such a bank card. She would definitely consider him a member of a scam gang. In this case, she would definitely tell Claire about this. So, in any case, he has to think of a good way to make Elaine obediently close her broken mouth.